Hello, welcome to My Story with CareCredit, where real CareCredit cardholders share their stories of life-changing healthcare. CareCredit's a leading national healthcare credit card that can enable you to get many of the procedures and treatments you want or need now and pay over time with promotional financing on purchases of $200 or more. CareCredit is accepted at hundreds of thousands of locations nationwide to pay for care for you, your family, and your pets. I'm your host, Amy Freena. Today we meet Vanessa, who's won her confidence back with the help of CareCredit. She tells us about her ongoing Botox treatments and other ways she uses CareCredit for her personal care.
Hi, I'm Vanessa and I've been a CareCredit cardholder for 3 years. I use CareCredit in a lot of different ways. I first used it for my dog, Hopper. Hopper, unfortunately, was diagnosed with cancer a few years ago, and when I got the diagnosis, the vet told me about CareCredit. That's when I signed up, and because of that, CareCredit gave me 5 more months with my fur baby, and that was priceless. Then one morning I woke up in intense pain with my tooth. It ended up that I had an infection in my tooth, and they had to do an emergency extraction. When I was going to check out, they informed me that they took the CareCredit credit card, and that was such a relief on a day when I was not in the best mood. I started noticing myself in pictures and saw certain lines in my face that I wasn't very happy with. That's when I started using CareCredit for my ongoing Botox treatments. And it's been really helpful in my confidence, and now I'm very happy to take pictures. Thank you, CareCredit.
Vanessa, thank you so much for joining us. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. We are so excited to hear your CareCredit story. So let's jump right in. Where does it begin? When did you first hear about CareCredit?
I first heard about CareCredit, unfortunately, my dog got sick.
Oh, no.
Years ago, and it's something that you don't expect.
Right.
And it was a lot to take in. And my vet told me about CareCredit.
Okay.
And I got the CareCredit credit card.
Okay, right then and there in the office?
Yeah, right then and there.
Okay.
And I was able to subsidize part of his treatment with that, which was a big relief when you're dealing with news like that.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so it was definitely, one thing off my mind at the time.
Of course. Awesome. So what is the pet's name?
His name was Hopper.
Hopper.
Yes.
And how long have you had him?
I had him for 13 years.
13 years.
Yeah.
Wow. How did you guys meet?
I got him actually from a breeder.
Okay.
But he was 5 weeks old, and I was actually playing with one of his brothers, and he came up and just sat on my feet.
And you're like, okay.
And I was like, who are you? Yeah.
Oh.
And I picked him up, and that
the
was
rest
it.
is history.
The rest is history.
It's so funny. I keep hearing these stories, and they all go back to the same thing where the pet picks the owner.
Yeah. It definitely does. Yeah. Because I was playing with his other brothers and sisters, and then he just came and literally just laid across my feet, and I'm like, okay, let's
here we go.
Home. Yeah.
So Hopper had some health issues a few years later.
When he was 13.
Okay. Quite a few years later.
Yeah. So no,
Awesome.
he was a healthy dog. Throughout his life, he went across the country with me here to LA.
Wow.
He went to the Grand Canyon twice.
All right.
Yeah. He flew with me. So
Really?
yeah.
He was well traveled.
He was well traveled. Yeah. He didn't have a passport. But,
Okay.
close enough.
Close enough. Wow. That's what a great friend and a great companion.
Yeah. He was amazing.
Yeah. So you said he was having health problems around 13 years old. And so you had taken him to the vet and they said, okay, these are the procedures or treatments we need to do. Here's the bill. And so you said you applied for the CareCredit credit card right then and there. I'm curious if the promotional financing that they offered you was a reason you decided to go ahead and get the card.
That definitely was. The promotional financing was something because I had other credit cards, but it wasn't the same as using those.
Right.
So that was definitely a big plus.
Gotcha.
To be able to have that time to keep paying down.
Right.
And knowing that the treatment was going to be ongoing.
Right. Oh, okay. So it gave you peace of mind over a period of time.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So that was something that just really helped us at that time and a reason why I chose to go with the CareCredit credit card.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got that peace of mind.
Thank you. Yeah.
Have you used the card for anything else since?
I have, actually.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah, I have used it. I now have another dog.
Okay.
So I've used it with him just for regular procedures.
All right.
Which is very helpful. And then I actually had to have emergency dental work done.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Woke up one morning and was like, oh, my mouth is swollen.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and so I had to go in, and thankfully they took CareCredit.
Awesome.
Because that was unexpected as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you know your dentist took CareCredit before you went?
I did not.
Okay, so once again, you get there, they give you a bill, and you're like,
Yeah.
And then they said, but we accept CareCredit, and you said, swipe?
Exactly. Yeah.
Tell me about the peace of mind that offered you in another stressful time.
It definitely did, because I'm still ongoing with dental work to
Oh my
continuously
goodness.
fix what had happened.
Okay.
But it's nice to know that the bills are not racking up and
Right.
constantly having to shell out
Right.
my own cash.
Absolutely.
And knowing that the promotional financing is there as well.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Have you told friends and family members about your experience with the card?
I have. My sister ended up getting it for their dog.
Okay.
They have an older dog who has lots of issues, allergies,
Oh my gosh.
things like that, specialty foods.
Right.
So they ended up getting it, which is very helpful with her. She also has 3 children.
Okay.
So she has lots of expenses.
I was going to say that. Poor thing.
Yeah.
It's a blessing, though.
It is. Definitely is.
If you could write a review based on your entire experience with CareCredit, what would you say?
I would say, CareCredit is definitely a program that is very helpful, especially in times like now when we're in the middle of a pandemic.
Yep.
And, people don't always have the finances. And to have that CareCredit credit card with the promotional financing, you definitely are going to be able to get the care that you need without worrying.
Right. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you for having me. This is great.
Thanks for joining us on My Story with CareCredit. If you're interested in applying for the CareCredit credit card or want to find a provider in your area who accepts CareCredit, visit us at carecredit.com.